Hey, Renee, Chris, and Ryan going live. Best podcast, Beauty and the Beast. Sit back and catch a vibe.
Welcome, Michael, Paola, and Beauty and the Beast.
Who's tired?
We were dancing in the storm last night, right here.
Yeah.
Who closed out the bar last night?
Who closed it out?
Yeah. Who saw me watching the Celtics game last night?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. What's
so
new?
happy to have you guys here.
Very happy to have you guys.
Have you guys here too.
Are you? Alright, that's
Good.
It's Sunday, y'all.
We know, you're good.
Yeah, happy to be back at the camp.
Yes.
It truly is a beautiful place, and yeah, happy to see all of your faces. Yeah, this time around. Good time.
good. Well, lots changed.
This one. Sorry.
No, lots changed since the last time we were here. I mean, the show was ended, and now you guys can freely talk about it if you'd like.
I can't believe the show ended. I just realized more than a year ago.
Yeah. We wrapped shooting at the end of March. Yeah.
Well, we finished filming.
They've been done, it seems longer for them, but
Yeah, we
for
finished
us.
filming in March.
March,
Yeah,
end of
like mid-March we ended, yeah.
Wow.
And we had a great time in the fall promoting it,
Yeah.
How was the finale party?
The finale event was incredible, and we all saw the episode as you guys were watching it. I hadn't seen it. So, we were sitting there in fancy dresses. I mean, my dress was like $40. Girl, I found it at a store. Some store in Los Angeles that's like in like a shitty mall. And I was like, just tried it on. I was like, this is it. That's it. Anyway, no, we had a great time and we watched it as you guys were watching it. So I'm just like sobbing. I'm like, oh, the makeup. But I'm like sobbing because I don't know. Did you guys cry watching that?
Yeah.
I can't rewatch it. I can't rewatch it because I just get so emotional watching that.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to watch it again since, but yeah, it was a beautiful moment. That was the first time we'd all been together since we wrapped.
Yeah.
So very special.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most memorable episodes for me, recently, was last camp where we did the live view, where you actually got to say the words that are on the script. If you were here for that, you got goosebumps.
Yes.
You cheered, you yelled, you screamed, like everything that happened in that episode made it. Plus, it happened with everyone was here, all of us, just amazing. Like the energy was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely cried that night in Cooper's arms. But no, it was really special to share the first viewing of that episode with all of you, because that's why we do it. We do it for you guys. The camp is forever in my heart because of those moments.
Yeah, I'm never missing one of these. You can't get rid of me. And when the camp turns 10, because it was 2017, right? 2017 was the first camp. I think it's 2010.
So I came in.
18.
I came in a couple of years later.
Yeah. I think it's 18.
It was really little. Before.
Well,
Yeah.
the
But
10th anniversary is gonna be wild.
Oh,
yeah.
And I would see all of y'all here.
And more. And bring your friends.
Right.
Yes.
Friends.
Do we have any first timers here?
Oh yeah! Look at that.
All right, that's.
You are all first time campers?
That's wonderful. That's
Isn't it amazing?
Yay!
It's my favorite because in other conventions, they're all awesome because you get to meet people from all over. But I love this one because it really feels like a family reunion. Like you actually get to hang out with people and get to know them, get to know their kids. For me, it's important to get to know the kids, because they're the future. So.
That's right.
But no, it's just awesome getting to, and I see my bitchy Dixons back there. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse. That's their name. That's their name.
Yeah.
I didn't make it up.
It's always good to hear that you guys feel that way, because we feel that way. We feel this is our family reunion, so we're glad that, you know, that all the celebrities that come feel the same way. Because we
Absolutely.
want you to feel
Absolutely.
that, you know, we want you guys to come and feel that love, you know, because we just love that you're here and
Oh, we
share
have
your
a
time
blast.
with us.
It's life changing for
Yeah.
a lot of people. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always said the camp usually, without, hands down, always passes the vibe check. You know, like we pass the vibe check.
What other convention do you have a fire alarm pulled? And it turns into a party. Exactly. You know? And everybody was game. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we took pictures with the firemen.
And Michael, and the thing is, they're so expectant in camp of it has to be a certain way, right? This lady, it's funny. People got mad at it. I think it was funny. She yelled at me. She said, "What's your problem? Why did you charge your speaker before you went outside?" It's like, they expect, and that's all right. Hey, next time, let's get a bigger battery, right?
That's awesome.
And the fireman said, "I'm sorry, sir, but we cannot clear the building until we get a photo op."
So next time we're having a fire alarm party.
Yeah. Well, someone said that it was the fire department that did it just to get the photo op.
We gotta find out.
Maybe next time we just invite the fire department to begin with.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I like that.
Yeah,
On standby.
Yeah.
Somebody said that you should have been playing. Who was it that said this to me? The roof is on fire.
Yeah, we were singing it at one point. Yeah.
I actually did it, but
Your charger died.
no.
Your
The problem
speaker
is
died.
that some of the people here, they're not very urban, and sorry, white folks. I'm sorry. I'm Puerto Rican. We got black people. We were like, whoa! I'm from Chicago, and some of these other people are like, wow, what's up with that little fire song? And it's just,
Come on, you guys know that song.
My belongings
Yeah, that's good.
It's like Head of State with Chris Rock. If you guys have ever seen that, there's a scene where he's like, the roof is on fire, and all the white people ran out of the room straight up.
Oh yeah.
So tell us what's new. What have you guys been doing since the show?
Last time I was here in October, I had a broken foot, and that was from doing a stunt.
You still killed it though. You still killed it.
I was still alive and kicking and dancing. But no, I finished filming that show in November, and it's from the creators of Cobra Kai, so it's their new show. It's not for kids. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Missy. Yes. It's not for kids, because everybody's like, oh, Cobra Kai, family show. No, not. So the show is called.
That makes me want to watch it more.
I mean, for adults, yes, but no, it's called Obliterated, and it's sex, drugs, and guns. So don't watch it with the kids. That's Obliterated, but it should be coming out on Netflix, and you'll see it'll say from the creators of Cobra Kai. And if you guys can watch it and support, it's comedy and action. It's wild.
I'm sure the support's gonna be there.
Thank you guys.
Do you think September-ish?
September-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
they don't tell me.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't ask.
Oh, yeah. So look for it then.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you guys.
What about you, Michael?
Since the show, when I was here last, I was still recovering from meniscus surgery. I tore my meniscus doing jiu-jitsu. And still in that process of healing and, finding my legs again. I'm stronger than I was back then, but and also just kind of...
You've been doing music.
Yeah, I've kind of been on sabbatical in my own house, trying to work out some music things, writing and producing. I just got some new toys, MPC Live, so I'm kind of combining that with guitar and trying to create a new sound.
Yes, Mike.
That's exciting.
There's been a lot of new photos too. I've seen photo shots of you everywhere. And most recent one.
Photo shoot stuff, right?
Yeah. It's a silhouette of you and you have a coat spinning behind you.
Yeah.
I went through the comments, and I was talking to Ryan about this. I said, somebody said, give this man a cape. And I said, wait a minute, give this man back his glaive. Let's bring back Corvus.
We gotta get you a cape. I'm gonna get you a cape. But it's gotta be like a nice one, like a really fancy, like, cause you dress fly.
You need a fancy cape.
Yeah. I'll find one.
Thanks, boo.
The next camp.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so then with this whole writer strike thing that is going on right now, how have you guys been, taking up your time? Have you been diving into obviously other adventures with music and everything? What have you been doing for creativity-wise?
I've been writing and writing my own TV show, and been working on that and some scripts. I want to make a film out of one of my plays that a couple of people who were here, I don't know if they're in here, came to see. We did it in DC. I wrote it and I was acting in it, so I'm trying to turn that into a film and writing a TV show. That's how I've been working, yeah.
Woo! That's right.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Multi-hyphenated.
Yeah. And you and I have to finish that song we worked on.
Yeah.
That song was fire. I went to his apartment over here when we were filming, and we started working on a song, and then we never finished it, but it was awesome.
Well then, yeah, we need to hear that. Let's get that.
You want to do a little sample?
Next camp,
Next camp, we're gonna perform it.
All right.
It's done.
You heard it right here. You heard it here.
Now I'm getting nervous.
You got a year to prepare, honey. You'll be okay.
That is a legally binding contract. We'll hold you to it.
Oh, for me, and in the strike, I was like, okay, what is in my control, And I'm not necessarily a writer in that sense. I do write poetry, but I've been kind of re-evaluating my body. So I've been doing a lot of yoga, like
Nice.
every other day, hot yoga.
I can't.
Yeah, there's a yoga series called 26 and 2, formerly called Bikram. But I've been doing that heavily, and it's been like spiritually enlightening, because you die in that class. There are a lot of people who walk in that room and they'll pass out on that mat, and come back to life an hour and a half later. But that's part of the journey, stay in the room and focus on yourself. And
I did it once, and I was a mess. I was like crying. I was like, I never did it again. I gotta try it again.
It's a beautiful journey.
Normal yoga, and I pass out on the floor. So that's not meant for people. Like people our size don't like. What are you doing today? I'm gonna go do yoga. No, nobody. No, you don't go do yoga. But when we do it, it's just very hard when you
lift weights.
You don't.
The flexibility and like the shoulders and the knees and hips is not there.
Not the same, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of have to work. You're working backwards in a way to that state of your body when you were a toddler, when you could do a deep squat and there's no problem, So I'm just trying to get back to that range of motion, so I can do some action films.
So I was looking forward to hearing, yeah. I mean, what type, so action film, what would be the ideal presentation for you to be like, that's me?
I would love to do something that travels, like a John Wick kind of vibe. I just want to carry a lot of guns and no kung fu, and maybe some jujitsu mixed in there,
Maybe I'll write something for you and I.
Oh yeah.
We can like
Mr. and Mrs. kind of vibe.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, part 2.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, but not with the last name Smith. We're gonna change it to something else.
Yeah.
Something Puerto Rican. Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez.
Gonzalez.
Because then Mercer and Princess get married and he takes on Juanita Sanchez. Sanchez Mercer. I don't think AMC would let me do that, but that's okay. I'll write it anyway with a different name.
So, out here that's why I went right here.
You know who's got
We're gonna
questions out
have,
here.
Ryan's gonna bring up the mic.
I should have just been standing next to her, honestly.
Yeah, she's the best question.
Ask her.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Because I have many questions. This randomly came into my head. So.
By the way, you look stunning. This whole outfit.
The whole weekend,
The whole weekend.
you've been shutting
The
it
whole
down.
weekend. Anyway, continue, sorry.
So this randomly comes to my head, and I always want to know what people be eating. So I know Princess was by herself because actually before you said it was like a year she was by herself.
Yeah.
So I know being in the city, she was eating whatever she could eat. What was like a go-to like dinner for one for Princess? Like, oh fuck yeah, I found this. I can make this for dinner. Like, what was a good dinner for one? Like, I'm doing it tonight. I'm finna like tea.
Okay, wait, but, okay. Pop-Tarts, I'm sorry. I know that's not like fancy, but like the brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tarts are my favorite. I just eat them cold, I don't care. I don't know, that's a good question though. What would you have eaten as
He was
Mercer?
thriving in the Commonwealth.
I know he was. We were eating beef and meat and filet mignon. Meanwhile, I'm trying to find Pop-Tarts in the city. Then we found each other.
Expired by 10 years.
Exactly. Those don't expire. I'm sorry. Pop-Tarts do not expire.
There's too many preservatives.
I know, we gotta stop eating stuff that doesn't expire. No, I had a bag of lettuce. Sorry, I know this is like really not interesting, but I had a bag of lettuce in the fridge and like I forgot to eat it. And like 2 weeks later, it was still fresh. I was like, this is weird.
You're supposed to be dead right now. What happened to you?
It was like, there was no dark leaves or nothing. It was all crispy, and I was like, I'm definitely not eating this. No, it wasn't no organic.
We got
Nothing. That shit was crispy.
Oh, okay.
There he is. You're not watching my new show.
Watch me. If you had to swap characters with anyone from The Walking Dead, who would you swap with?
Can it be a guy? I think I want to be Daryl.
Why Daryl?
I don't know. I want to ride motorcycles and shoot the arrows and all of that stuff. Like he doesn't really get girls.
Squirrels.
Oh, squirrels. He does get girls, but he doesn't do anything with that. I think I want to be Daryl. Yeah.
What's you, Michael?
I always thought the governor would have been fun.
Yes.
And it's a little creepy too, the daughter situation and all
The
that.
heads in the tank.
Yeah.
Good question. Not a comic book governor.
No. TV governor.
So now that it's been a little over a year, looking back at your time on the show, sometimes people's perspective changes as time goes on. So now that it's been a little over a year, and you look back at anything you've learned, anything you discovered, what has changed in your perspective or not?
By the way, sorry, did anybody hear Felicia singing yesterday?
Yes!
Can we all give her a shout out because she is fantastic.
Felicia, you didn't know, but Paola was actually right there. No, she was over there when you sang. She was there, so.
I was like this. And my friends looked at me like, wow. So follow her on Instagram. Let's support Felicia in her career. She's fantastic.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna answer the question that I don't remember. So, ADHD, y'all. Right?
How's your perspective changed? Was the question.
Thank you, sir. I need you in my life.
Yesterday, a camper came over with a copy of episode 23 script and asked me to sign it. And I started flipping through it, and yeah, it brought me to tears because looking back at that moment, 23 was a tough time for all of us because it was like crunch time, and yeah, it was like we kind of had to band together to finish the show and support each other through that. And yeah, it's something about just reading those words again and yeah, reliving that experience in a different way. Like I don't need to watch it because it's so palpable. Like the time that the time that we spent together and how we worked on it, you know. But it wouldn't have been possible if, you know, we hadn't came together as a unit to finish.
I mean, I'm like sitting here like about to cry because I'm like, and I said this at New York Comic Con, but especially when I was a kid, I never felt like I had like I don't know, I just felt really alone, you know, and the way you guys have embraced me and given me a home where I didn't have one has changed my life in it's just a continuous blessings, you know. And so I want to thank you guys for loving me the way I am and for giving me that love. I really appreciate it. From a kid who felt really alone and really outcast from the world because of mental illness, because of ADHD, because of depression, all that stuff, like I just want to say thank you for being there. Thank you.
You have to go over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go be welcome.
Unless you want to get feedback.
So the first thing I want to say is the dialogue that you had with Mercer in the episode where you were leaving the Commonwealth, just so beautifully done, and just the reaction, Michael, just the facial reactions you had in that scene. It's like they were very subtle, but it's like you could feel the pain that Mercer was going through. Just looking at your facial expressions, like this is a woman that you have come to love, and to know that you are not meeting what she needs, that was so powerful, and it came through so beautifully in that scene. Then on the flip side, for you guys to get your happy ending, I was in the Orpheum Theater. We were all cheering when Princess was like, yeah, that's my man. We were so happy. So going back to that, give me a day in the life of Lieutenant Governor and his First Lady. How are you changing the Commonwealth for the better?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Well, needless to say, the lottery has been abolished. Goodbye.
I feel like we're taking care of like what people need emotionally and mentally more, you know, because in the apocalypse and the world we live in now, I feel like we need to start taking care of each other a lot more and being compassionate with each other. And even if you think somebody's an enemy and stuff like that, like just having compassion, you never know what someone's been through. So to be nice, and I think maybe we're like helping people, like doing group therapy and stuff like that, where we all talk about our feelings and stuff like that, and what happened and who passed away in the apocalypse, and you're still thinking about stuff like that, like a group session.
I think ultimately Commonwealth will become a refugee kind of camp where those who are lost come to our gates and they find a home.
They're welcome.
They're welcome. There's no caste system. There's no checks and balances.
Yeah.
Come in and eat and fellowship with us and heal.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question.
That was a great question.
You look through the crowd, you see tears coming out of everyone's eyes almost because of the way you are expressing this whole situation and how it's, you know, taken a part of your life. And I mean, it's just a shared response. This is a love is love thing, you know, and it's all for one thing.
And it's also him, you know, him. You know, I was so scared when they were gonna cast somebody because I was like, oh, I hope this guy's not like a mean guy. And like stuck up and stuff like that, because I don't want to do, I'm like, oh God. And then I met him and I was like, oh my God, like, you know, I won the lottery, you know? We just have so much love and respect for each other, you know? Yeah, no, so I'm just very thankful that it was him, you know, Michael James Shaw.
Two more.
Hi again. First, I just want to say that both of you guys were the absolute perfect casting for Mercer and Princess. Like, you know, I told you when I saw you, I was like, the goot is about to be Princess.
That's right. She used to watch the other show that I was on, Lethal Weapon, and she recognized me from that. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Was super excited about it.
Thank
But
you.
and then us watching together and watching like you develop or Princess develop a crush on Mercer, and I started watching the show before like even realizing it was a comic, so I didn't want to kind of mix storylines.
Right.
So I didn't want to read the comic while the show was still on.
Right.
So I didn't even know that you guys were a couple. So we were like, oh, they're about to get together. So I want to say that, but also, Michael, do you know at what point Mercer decided, like, I'm not letting this shit go down anymore, like, I'm about to take a stand, and, like, was it a last minute decision, or did you have a plan,
I feel like he started developing or working on a plan when basically his sister threw her life on the line for Eugene. That hit him. And in the circumstance, he couldn't show what he was going through or confide in anyone, but I think the plan started formulating right then, how to salvage the situation, save the people, but also get her out of here, get Pamela out. Yeah.
We had another one
Yes.
right here.
Oh, sorry. There's one person here.
Okay.
I wasn't looking that way.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna let him.
Yep.
I'm making a decision to let him.
Oh yeah, I'm not
answer
running the
question.
show. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are.
So what did you guys want to be whenever you were like a little kid?
Reflection time.
As a kid, I used to draw a lot. That was like my biggest passion. And for a time, I wanted to be like a Disney animator. That was like, and then it moved on to comic books. Like, I fell in love with Image comic books like in middle school, and I wanted to be like Michael Turner, who created Witchblade, or Mark Silvestri, who does The Darkness. Like, those were like my big comic book artists I wanted to be like. And then I got into sports, and then all this kind of.
Did you finish up?
Yeah.
I wanted to be an astronaut, right? But then I saw Apollo 13. Stop, like, remember that scene where, like, I think it's Ed Harris, like, throws up as they're, like, taking off, and, like, the vomit is just, like, in the spaceship? I was like, I'm done. And I was done. I literally had an astronaut book, I put it away, I put it in my closet, I was like, I'm done. No, but I always wanted to be, like, a singer, writer, actor. I was always into that stuff, you know? And I think because I found a home in movies and stuff like that, and I used to watch Ace Ventura, and I was obsessed with Ace Ventura, because he was so wild and wacky, and then I got to play Princess, which is just like wild too. But no, I was always into this, you know? I wanted to be a comedian, and I told that to my friend, and he was like, yeah, you just made a joke right there. I was like, you rude. Rude. But that's a good joke, what he said. That was pretty good.
That's awesome.
Oh, thank you. What do you want to be? What do you want to be? Sorry.
Whenever I grow up, I want to be like a WWE wrestler.
Wow. And what's your name?
Axel.
Axel? And what do you have a wrestler name?
Axel.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need a...
It's hard to get much more badass than that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna start thinking of your wrestler.
They make a crap ton of money, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And how much?
We've worked their events. To build a WWE event, it takes about 1 month of production work. 1 month in the arenas. It's probably about a $10 to $20 million budget.
Wow.
To build it. It's
I might get into
unbelievable.
wrestling now. I could. But I need some weights.
So my name would be like something like Axeman.
There you go. I like it.
Ooh, I like it. Well, we'll be looking for you guys. Remember, Axeman and Felicia.
I think we have one more young person over here on this side. And,
So I wanted to know, like, if you guys had your own Tales episode, both of you, what would you have, like, happen, or what would it be about your character?
So Tales is before the apocalypse, right?
It could be anything.
Well, it can be
It's just an anthology series, so it can be anything about your character, a backstory,
Like a
or
one-off.
anything. Yeah, just free apocalypse.
I mean, I've always pictured Princess working at Starbucks for some reason and getting like fired constantly, but then they don't have enough workers, so they just bring her back. And she's like, and a woman being like at the counter, I said caramel. And she's like, what? You said what? You did not say caramel, ma'am. You didn't. Okay, Princess, why don't you take a break? Fine, whatever. You know, like I just picture her like flipping out at a Starbucks and like going all over the place. Getting drink orders wrong constantly, but that's okay. Can we see a manager? Talk to the manager.
Princess does like a 360. Can I help you?
That's so funny. Yes, ma'am. You have a problem? Yeah. I know that's not like deep, but
We watch it.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
What about you?
I always imagine like Mike Mercer being stationed overseas in the Middle East at the time of the beginning of the sickness.
Right.
And I want to see his journey back to the States to find his sister, find his family.
See, that's deep. That's deeper than stuff. Failed. That's awesome.
So there's your action film.
Yeah. I need to write it though.
I'll help you write it.
Yeah, let's go.
I like it.
Let's get a meeting with AMC.
All right.
I think they talk to us.
There's no writers now. You might as well. Perfect
Oh
time.
yeah, we can't do it right now. Writer's strike. Sorry.
Theme
Yeah.
song.
Let's get a meeting. AMC, we want a meeting.
Gamble on the phone.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you
really
guys.
beautiful.
Thank you guys.
Give it up for Michael J. Shaw and Paola.